welcome to the stream. Coming in with that energy. It's look at this, a Sunday early afternoon stream where at the very least, I would love to finish this game today. That is the main goal today. If we have a lot of time, if we're feeling spicy, maybe we'll switch games. Maybe we'll do like a couple more levels in Tao's Principle or something like that. Maybe. My thinking is that maybe wishful thinking. It says overall progress 56%. To me, I think that would mean if we put in like 3 hours, we would finish this game. And we can see what the ending is going to be like. I don't have high hopes. The second stream of this didn't make me fall much more in love with this after the first stream, so yeah, we'll just go with what we're given.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're gonna smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I am a grave digger, Doctor. If you had the chance
I'm a qualified angel of
to change your fate,
Say over and over.
would ya?
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just
Naked on the beach.
Naked
That it for today?
on a beach. Alright, let's finish this.
David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot day.
I thought it faded out.
took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
On Valentine's Day.
Ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since.
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where
I can't tell if I
found
like these little
something.
weird montage things at the beginning when you load in or not.
To Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
It's definitely
I
a
wish I'd
stylistic
said
choice.
goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
Meant
Didn't
to, I
wear
assume,
enough
give you
cover.
information, kind of catch you back up on some talking points. But it's kind of just like, what do you want with me? Hello? Wake up. Nathan's giving me attitude. Alright, we gotta talk to Bryce. And we gotta talk to Elin. Let's talk to Bryce first. How are you today, Bryce?
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
He's trying to justify. Oh yeah, his whole thing was he felt like he had an extra hour, and there was a bit where he talked about like during my extra hour I would go to this woman that I found attractive or whatever, and I would take naked photographs of her. Actually, kind of super wrong. All things considered, very bad. No, I don't have an extra hour.
Thank God for that. There's
I'm not
someone
gonna lie to him.
else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too.
Who is the hooded figure?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you.
Why?
That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too.
Oh.
Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves.
This guy's
Maybe it's
strange.
Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Why would the military be following you?
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour. Get whatever you want and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
Nope. Not helping you at all. These people want too much out of me. No, I won't do something for you.
You wouldn't respect my wishes if I died. That's not very nice, Doctor.
We're not friends.
There's a lot of him in you, isn't there?
We're not friends, dude.
Let's hope I won't find out anything strange about you in my extra hour.
It would be really funny if I somehow, like, because I'm so, like, disagreeable with these people, that I end up getting, like, just a bad ending. Because I'll tell you this. I'm probably not going to, if that is the case, if something like that happens, I am not going to play this game again for a second time and pick different choices. I can guarantee you that. Where did you follow the hooded figure?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like, it's testing me.
I think this guy's just... Tell me about the paper spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Tell me about the open till.
I did nothing. I'm not stealing any more.
Tell me about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
Okay. What else can you tell me about Dekker?
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's going great. Couldn't be better on a Sunday. Oh, was it you? I was trying to remember if it was you in chat or someone else I was having a conversation with about streaming Zenless Zone Zero. I feel like it was something you had maybe mentioned, but it also could have been a conversation I had with someone else. I was wondering if that was the case. Probably you. Okay. I think I'm gonna try it out. It's gonna be experimentation, but I think there's gonna be a couple like super chill Zenless Zone Zero streams throughout at least this first week, like this coming up week, for reasons, but I'll get to those later on. But the idea I've come up with it is they're probably just going to be like completely unarchived. I'm not going to save them on the YouTube. They're going to be like completely not and they're probably going to be like, they'll be like an hour or so. I'm thinking like an hour or so whenever I want to do it. It'll just be like super chill, unarchived, and it'll just be like before we do like whatever the main game for that night would be. So like if I do it like Tuesday night before Higurashi, I'll just hang out in Zenless Zone Zero for like an hour. Essentially like warm up for Higurashi. And then could like go to Higurashi. That's like my idea. I'm thinking, obviously there, like I said, there's an idea, there's reasons to it, but that's probably what I'm gonna land on. And I'm just gonna try it out. See. The thing is, making them unarchived just makes a lot more sense to me. I'm already like at like, you know, post game kind of level. Tuesday is technically when like the new update comes out for it, the 1.1 update. So like there'll be new things to kind of like check out and do anyway, which will most likely be what we kind of look at come Tuesday. But that's the idea. Makes sense. Like when I was playing at Disco Elysium before Umineko. Oh yeah, I still can't believe I did that back in the day. Crazy. 2 featured games like that. What was I on? Tell me about the bedroom window.
I looked in. Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed. I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Okay, sounds good. The way he said that, he took pictures. He's not getting past the picture allegations. What did you see in the basement?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell, it was dark, and she was chained.
What did you do with the chained girl?
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
I destroyed evil. Bryce says he took the girl in Dekker's basement to a police station. Yeah. Did you bury David Castleford?
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Ah, bad lifting technique. Did Claire ask you to do something with David's body?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Okay, so Bryce says he's definitely in the ground. Claire says she reanimated him or whatever. I mean, I'll ask him. Yeah, why did you say aft port side?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Okay, so he's just a dork. Okay, well. Have you seen Jessica again?
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
Maybe you should try talking to Jessica.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction.
Very
with females.
sarcastic. I'm just trying to help
I'm
Bryce.
Still in awe of her, really.
I'm just
I
trying
don't think
to,
I-
you know. How is your job?
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today. It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
A worm? What did you see when you looked at your hand?
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
Okay, so you're just imagining the nail thing. You didn't. How did your hand heal?
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm.
Oh, it was a
wriggling
worm.
in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
Yeah. Do you think magic healed your hand?
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
No. I just have to keep refuting all these crazy things they say if I have the option, because it's what I would do. I wouldn't, like, lean into the craziness of these people. If I was in this doctor's position and they say, magic might be real, I'd be like, no, stop.
And so it isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
Can't be fucking around with this nonsense. And finally, Elin. How are you today?
I'm fine. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry. Oh, you'd be pleased to know I don't have the locket anymore. I gave it back. All of it. Every single keepsake.
That didn't sound convincing. So if I'm remembering correctly, this is the character. She's like the assisted nurse or like caretaker for like elderly people. High assumption that she assists in suicide with old people, either because they want to or she's doing it maliciously. Potentially, I think the whole bit there that she was just mentioned was she was taking like their keepsakes after she killed them, which is kind of strange. How's Hilda?
Hilda's nearing the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday.
Why did Hilda scratch you?
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left.
Do what tonight?
You know the answer to that, Doctor. What have we been talking about?
Uh-oh.
What can I do for Hilda
Stop
that will
her.
make it all better?
Don't kill the old lady. Is Elin going to pretend to be Hilda's daughter? Oh, wait. Are you going to pretend to be Hilda's daughter tonight?
That's the plan. I know.
Oh.
It sounds unbelievable, like
She's
I'm
not gonna
making it up.
take her out?
I wish I could prove it to you somehow.
I think maybe this was mentioned before.
We could try shifting now. Think of someone you really love.
Okay.
It might help if you close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I open my
Hold
eyes and
on.
it's something weird. What the hell was that?
Sorry. I don't think it's gonna work.
I need to see that again.
On the bright side, that probably means you're not gonna die anytime soon.
Who was she channeling there? What was that? I need to... God, I wish I could
That's
just
the
fast
plan.
forward.
I know.
It's...
Sounds
do I have to...
unbelievable, like I'm
There was
making
something
it
there.
up.
What? It
I
was
wish I
like just
could
the face or the
prove it
eyes
to
or
you
nose.
somehow. We could try shifting now.
Though, there, in
think
the
of
last
someone
stream, there was a thing
you
where
really
there was like a
love.
fire effect, and we
It
didn't...
might help if you
When I
close your
replayed
eyes.
it didn't show it. So
Are you thinking of
we might not be able to see it again
Can you
here
picture them?
by replaying the clip,
Okay.
which is upsetting.
Hold on.
Let's see. No. It didn't happen. It would have happened there. Fuck.
Sorry.
Fuck, Elin. Useless. What was that weird... there's something strange. Okay. What do you say when you shift?
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad.
So she just acts in front of old
But
people
It doesn't
that
really
don't know better.
matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the
So she
reality.
gives them one final happiness moment and then kills them. Also, she keeps saying shifting. She calls it shifting, and it just makes me think of fucking shifting in from the Zero Escape series. Oh shit, shifting. Why bother shifting if patients know it's not the truth?
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor. Do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
Yes, shifting is wrong.
So you're saying I should let Hilda die without seeing her daughter one last time?
It's not real, though. It's like a slightly non-malicious scam. But I think telling people that might be close to death, hey, I'm gonna channel your daughter, basically, is like bad. I don't know how to. Yes, let Hilda die alone.
I don't know if I could do that, Doctor. I'd be letting her down. I'd have to think about it.
Why'd you give the locket back?
You told me to.
Yeah, I know.
Well, not in so many words, but you said I shouldn't have kept them. And what with Terry going around telling everyone I stole them, I didn't feel like I really had any choice. The locket, the watch, the ring. But I kept the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her.
Who is Sarah Dekker?
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago.
How is Terry?
Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something.
Do you know about the paper spike?
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike.
Why was it weird the paper spike was used?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. Yeah, this bit here between his thumb and his finger. He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any.
He did a sleight of hand or something. Oh, why wasn't there any blood from the paper spike?
I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real.
How do you know the spike was real?
Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it.
He's just a
He
magician.
said
He's a
he just
mind
thought
freak.
that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
Mind freak! Why didn't you want me to know about Sarah Dekker?
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're gonna have a field day with it.
Did you know Sarah Dekker was Dr. Dekker's mother?
Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Why did Dr. Dekker refuse to talk about his mum? His mum.
I told Dr. Dekker
Mum.
that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested.
Oi, Governor. Mum.
It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Yeah, my assistant now. Don't you make that mistake again. What did Dr. Dekker mean by take care of it?
It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
This lady. What's this? Oh, I can go to the next day, yeah. Okay, was it Dr. Dekker's idea for you to shift?
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't.
Oh, so she made up the fact
I
that
was
she thinks she
missing
could
out.
shift.
I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet.
Oh, man.
Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
Actually crazy. Is there even a Sarah Dekker? Possible, not a real person. I see. How is your mom psychic?
My mum's got
Please
these
tell me.
spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
Oh, that was a nice jab. Nice jab. The mom using her psychic powers about her love life. Her daughter's love life. What's an empath?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime.
Great. Did you shift for Sarah?
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen.
Did she shift
I
as
just
Dr.
thought, what
Dekker?
would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed
Yeah.
into him.
I mean, that's
Dr.
weird.
Dekker. It blew my mind.
Okay, so it got to the point where she believed in her power so much that she shifted and acted as if she was Dekker himself. Why did you say I'm not going to die soon?
As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
If I was on death's door, I too would just allow a crazy person to just convince themselves that they channeled someone related to me. I'd be like, sure, go for it. I'm about to die. I don't care. Do whatever strange shifting thing you want to do. Alright, I think that's all our questions for today. I think we only have one. I'm pretty sure we only have one more act in this game. If I was to go off the percentages, so let's see what happens.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
Huh? Let me go.
Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
Huh? Back up. Get away from the camera. Jaya? I forget what the pronunciation was. Jaya? Put your glasses back on and back up. Okay, yes, it's a dream.
That's a good doctor. Yes, it's all a big dream. So let's get down to business. Do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
Oh, man. No, people can't have kinetic powers. Ow!
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor.
No.
That's a worrying sign. People obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you.
Huh?
Now, How do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
I think I want to get slapped again. I should discourage people.
Very good,
Oh,
Doctor.
that was what I
That's the
should have said.
right answer. Remember it, or there will be consequences. Now, since I'm here, let's have a little bit of fun.
Uh-oh.
Shall we, Doctor?
Put that away. Ah! Where's it going? My eyeball? Fuck. The big twist. I've been Dekker this whole time and he's not dead.
Someone else in the
Okay.
tower.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We've both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
May just still pull out in front of the driver.
I mean, yikes, dude. I feel no
Morning,
closer to
Doctor.
solving anything.
looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound
I think I'm
up?
supposed to just experience
Have a
this.
look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently,
Dropbox?
Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had. Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And
No, she could just
can
tell
we
me
not
it's
do the
fine.
grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
Okay. What dream was that? Jaya thinks I should tell all the patients I can stop their problems. Perhaps I should avoid her till later. Okay. Well, let's watch these things first. Toxicology report first. Regional Laboratory Services Toxicology Analysis by J.M. Clausen. Ethanol positive. And benzodiazepines positive. Temazepam. Temazepam. Zepam? Fucking whatever. It was a drug that was mentioned earlier in this game. In some sense. Okay. What's the other thing? Loan agreement? £15,000. Interest 0%. Arrangement fee £1. Term 36 months. By signing this agreement, the borrower agrees to accept the sum of the loan amount and to repay the loan amount in full within the term stated. The sum of the loan will be transferred by the lender into an account designated by the borrower within 14 days of signing the agreement. It is agreed that the loan shall attract no interest, and in lieu of accruing interest, the lender has agreed to the payment of the arrangement fee, which is due before transfer of the loan amount. That's just £1. The lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should they die or become subject to any power of attorney agreement, as long as the event occurs within the time of the agreement. Okay, and it's Mariana. Wait, why is she throwing a paper ball at me? What the fuck? What is that? Okay, so we have, let's see, we've got Nathan, Mariana, Jaya, Elin, Claire, Bryce, Scarlet. Who the hell is Scarlet? And Glenn. Glenn? These are our two new characters? We're getting new characters? I'm tempted. Okay. Let's go. The game, for some reason, seemingly wants me to keep Jaya for last. She's gonna throw the paper ball at me again. All right, let's go, Nathan. He's kind of obnoxious, so we'll get him out of the way. How are you today?
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for you. Have a look at the toxicology report.
Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
Which truck driver died?
The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
How did he die in his garage?
I read it
Garage.
in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first.
Oh. Did the truck driver's daughter die as well?
It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter?
Did he do this? He caused this, didn't he? Tell me about the letter.
Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault. But the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
What happens if I say yes? I might as well. Yes, you're to blame.
I didn't think you'd say that.
Oh.
I think in the court of law, I wouldn't be found guilty. There was a picture of his daughter in the paper. Molly.
Tell me about Molly.
Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me. Crazy, right?
I mean, isn't that like a sign of guilt? What do you know about Dekker's drinking habits?
Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though.
Still need to ask you about Dekker.
What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
It's a very good question. Honestly, I don't give a shit about curing his patients. I gotta be 100% honest. I am 100% honest in this playthrough. I want to find out who killed him.
Well, at least you're being honest.
Yep.
Do you know that Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him?
Why did Dr. Dekker think a patient was trying to kill him?
He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages.
What sort of messages were on the prescription pad?
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
Let's talk about Mariana.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree.
What have the police got to do with Mariana?
I think I've probably said too much.
Uh-oh.
It's probably not the same girl anyway.
No. Yeah, you... tell me about your referral.
My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
I can stop you reliving days.
Please do. I wish I could believe you.
Oh, that's it. Alright, let's mix in one of these new people. Scarlet? Glynn? Who are you?
Sorry, I'm Glenn.
Glenn? Glenn?
I
Glenn?
didn't expect to be here. I was looking for the men's room.
It's down the hall, sir. He's looking around so confused. Why didn't you expect to be here?
Like I said, I was in the green room. You know, that new restaurant in town. I actually need to do something.
Did he teleport?
Done. Sorry. I was in the middle of a date and needed the restroom, and here
No
I am.
fucking way. Does he think he has the ability to walk through doors that teleport him around? Is that what he took note of? The restroom?
Sorry. Sorry, you're not familiar with my case. I stepped through the restroom door into your office. Sometimes when I go through
Classic.
a door, it opens to another place.
Did Jazz see you?
No, I shouldn't imagine she did that. I didn't even pass through the waiting room. Besides, it's lunchtime, she won't be there.
You know Jazz's lunch schedule?
No, not really. But it's lunchtime, and you don't normally see patients now. Well, Dr. Dekker didn't normally see patients now.
Tell me about Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was crazy. I arrived late to the party. Apparently, he was a fine, upstanding citizen before. I don't know what changed him. Of the few sessions I had with him, he'd observed me walking through doors.
What did he observe?
I'd walk through a door and I'd disappear. Then I couldn't get back. The session was £150 either way, so I paid that for a couple of times and then decided it was a bad idea. As you can see, it's still happening.
What's still happening?
The doors. I'm still vanishing from one place to another.
What's causing your problem?
My dad died. He was on his deathbed and I was complaining about work, women or whatever. It was an idiom. He said, when one door closes, another opens. Then he died. I needed
shit.
those words to be important.
He cursed him.
So here I am.
Tell me about your dad.
He was stoic. He had tuberculosis in his lungs. That's what killed him. Nobody knew until the end. I never got to say I loved him.
Do you regret not saying you loved him?
Yeah, maybe. He'd split with my mum 3 years earlier. It was messy. It was bad. I didn't talk to him really at all. They called me as next of kin, said I should come in if I wanted to say goodbye. I did love him. He just broke everything.
Did you make peace with your dad?
No. I hadn't seen him for so long. I just let it all out. I screamed, I shouted, I punched the walls. Do you know what he said?
You could just tell me instead of me having to ask you. What did your dad say?
Sorry. Over and over again. Like he really meant it. He did. He really meant it. And when I stopped, when I was exhausted, he smiled at me. Like he cherished me. Like he'd been waiting to say sorry. Waiting for forgiveness.
Did you forgive your dad then?
I didn't get to. I didn't get to say I loved him. I didn't get to forgive him. He just said when one door closes, another opens. And he died. What does he think of me?
How would I know? Your dad loved you.
All those years,
I love you.
thinking I was the bigger man. It turns out he was. There's no going back, is there, Doctor? When one door closes, it's shut forever?
No, the door's not shut forever.
How? How do I go back?
Try to forgive yourself.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm pretty good at this doctor
Trying
stuff.
to address the symptoms and not the root of the problem. You might be the best replacement doctor this place has seen. I'll book a real appointment.
Rate me 5 stars.
And you can help me with this. Thanks, Doctor.
Do I need to select these other things? I mean, I already... What if I click just open a door
I
back?
hadn't thought of that. I've just been thinking when I open a door, it goes somewhere else in the present. Not in the past. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. I'll try that. Now. I'll try that now.
Bye! Oh, he's just gone. Bye! Just... Alright, cool. Let's go... Let's go Scarlet. Who the hell are you?
Scarlet. I haven't been in since he died. Since Dr. Dekker died.
What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day was awful. I had a bit of an accident with a creme brulee torch and had to spend the night waiting in A&E. I melted a nail to my finger. It hurt a lot and needed stitches. It's all fine now, though.
Tell me about Dekker.
He was a complicated man, as I suppose most people are. His external persona didn't match what he dreamed about.
What did Dr. Dekker dream about?
His dreams were amazing, filled with a spectrum of colours and creatures. It was like Narnia for grown-ups. That was in the beginning.
How do you know what his dreams look like?
I'm a dream walker.
Oh, boy.
I can visit people and help them in their dreams.
Dreamwalker.
You've not caught up on all his old patients yet, then?
What creatures were in Dr. Dekker's dreams?
Fluid. Soft. Intricate things. I couldn't draw a picture if you asked. But they drew you to them. They looked a little strange, but you felt compelled to watch them.
How do you dreamwalk? Enlighten me.
It's something I've been able to do since I was little. I was born an identical twin, and my sister and I shared dreams. We just thought it was normal. When our younger brother started having night terrors, we helped him. I just need to know the person, a little, and know they're dreaming. Then I can sort of jump into them.
Tell me about jumping into people.
It's something I think in my mind. Firstly, I need to sleep myself. I'm constantly tired, so I can pretty much sleep on demand. Before I go, I think of jumping into that person. That's how it works for me. I've tried teaching others, but I don't know if anyone else can do it.
If I found out I had the ability to jump into people's dreams, I would not be using it. That would not be a power I would be using frequently. I feel like going into other people's dreams in any shape or fashion would be kind of fucked up. For so many reasons. And I don't want to see that shit. Who have you taught?
I don't know. Lots of people. Whenever I get close enough to tell somebody about it, the first thing they want to do is try it out or have me visit their dreams. That's kind of why I'm here.
Oh, is she gonna jump?
Relationships.
Oh. She's gonna be like, I want to jump into your dream. How are your relationships?
It's difficult to sustain them. I'm not just talking about romantic entanglements. It's hard keeping friends, too. Like I said before, I tell them about my ability and they immediately want to try it out. The problem is, I don't normally like what I see.
Why don't you like what you see?
I think people try to show off. Firstly, they're a bit shocked if I turn up in their dream. But when they're comfortable with that, they start to put on a show. But most people can't control their dreams, so they tend to turn into nightmares pretty quickly. Oh look, I'm dreaming of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, why is it destroying New York?
What? Okay. Why do other people's dreams affect your relationships?
When you've experienced someone's dream, if they've been a bit creepy in it or
No, people are being freaky in their
terrified,
dreams.
it's hard to look someone in the eyes after that. It's embarrassing. What should I do, Doctor? Should I not tell people about my ability? Keep it a secret, bottle it up?
I would say don't tell people about your ability. Keep it a secret.
I'm not sure that's healthy, but I guess I could give it a try. What if it accidentally comes out? Is there anything else I can do to stop pushing people away?
No, you just do not let it come out. Whatever you do. If you want to stop pushing people away, maybe she should just refuse to dreamwalk for them, or be honest about what might happen, or accept that they're just dreams. Before I answer those questions, I need to get these other things, because you might walk away if I... How did Dr. Dekker's dreams change at the end?
Chaotic, dark. Like an earthquake, everything you stood on shifted into something else. I think he was fighting with something internally. And it was winning.
What was Dr. Dekker fighting?
I don't know. It's a turn of phrase. Inner demons? Insanity?
Clowns.
I don't know. I can visit dreams, but I can't force the dreamer to interact with me.
Were you dating Dekker?
He's dead now, so I suppose it won't affect him if I admit that. So yes, I was. Not near the end, though. Not when his dreams started changing.
Dekker was getting freaky with a lot of his
My
patients.
ability ruins relationships.
Allegedly.
Who told you? Jaya?
Jaya. Why Jaya?
Just thought she'd know. Thought she'd know everything about her precious Dr. Dekker. Sorry,
She's
we
jealous.
didn't speak that much. But she was a lot like the other woman.
So much control over someone who was supposed to be her superior.
Let's just say, tell her that to accept that they're just dreams.
It's difficult to do when you experience them like I do. But I know what you're saying is right. A lot of the time I assume people are controlling their dreams like I can. But they're probably directed by their subconscious, and who controls that?
Or refuse to dreamwalk.
So, if I could breathe through my ears, you wouldn't want to see it?
No,
I do
wouldn't.
say no. A lot. But I usually cave.
Keep your weird
eventually.
talents to yourself. Be normal. Fine, be honest.
Double honest. Interesting. I suppose I haven't really tried that. I might just give that a go.
Alright, Bryce. Claire's a weird one. She definitely wants me to just declare her insanity so she can get out of the murder case she did. If I'm sure about one thing in this fucking game, it's that she's just acting like she's weird and mentally unstable so that she can get me, a doctor, to say that she's mentally unstable at the time that she murdered her husband. And she's just willing to say anything for me to do that. How are you today, Claire?
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something.
What's the problem with the girl?
The little girl, our neighbor at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor!
Whoa, Jesus.
Sorry, but I found some of the referral
God
letters
damn.
we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same
Why-
for
why?
everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
Jesus, Jaya. The hell is that all about? Why why is this game gonna do that to me? Jaya right in my face. My God. The plausible? The thing I said about Claire? I'm like so convinced. I am so convinced that that's Claire's deal. Like I said, everyone else in this cast, I have no fucking idea what's happening. But if there's one thing, it's so the way she brought it up, and the way she talked about her case coming up, and then the way that she was like talking about how she murdered, and then like she knows the way she was talking about her like resurrecting the person she killed is there was no acting behind it. Like what I mean is the character was so bad at acting like that. When she said it, there was no belief in it. She just wanted to come across as crazy. She wants me to just declare herself insane. And the way she's doing that is like, yeah, if I go to the couch and I act like I resurrected the person I killed. Jesus, Jaya, fucking jump scare. Okay, referral letter 1. What is this? Dear Dr. Dekker, I refer a client to your clinic for evaluation, Claire Castleford. She is being charged with the murder of a husband, and we require your diagnosis as to whether she was of sound mind and had the mens rea required for the crime. Yeah, see? This is what we were talking about. Letter 2. Dear Dr. Dekker, we believe that our client, who has only given us her first name, Mariana, is mentally unstable and would like your expert opinion on this matter. We are happy to cover all your costs and look forward to receiving your report forthwith. We believe that our client, who has only given us her first name, is mentally unstable. Okay. And then 3. For the attention of Dr. Dekker, I am referring yet another client to you today for further psychiatric evaluation. It is my hope that you concur with my suspicions and are able to find him insane under the guidelines set out within the McNaughton rules. Was everyone just referred to me just so that I could label them as insane and just move on? Was Dr. Dekker just this doctor that just just, just pass along everyone. If you need to be labeled as insane for whatever reason, pass them to me. I'll take my payment. I'll take the payment under the table. Yeah, this one doesn't have a name attached to it. Interestingly enough, it just says him. I haven't been any of the guys here. There's something strange about these solicitors' names. Hackett Brown, Chart Token, and Law Cat Rowenbeck. Hackett Brown, Chart Token, and Law Cat Rowenbeck. I don't get it. Are they like clearly, obviously fake names? Are these British terms that I don't know? British diff. Alright, let's continue asking Claire. Have you ever taken temazepam,
I've never used
Pam?
sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep.
And yet there she is eating or taking some kind of pill right there. You think, do the headers all look, let me look at them again. Okay, Hackett and Brown. I mean, yeah, I agree, but I also don't know if that's just because, because this game is cheap. I mean, that sounds mean of me to say, but I could see it being like a thing, like a reason to say like, oh, it's all just a part of a group of thing. Like they're all fake names, like fake company names. But I could also be like, what's the percentage chance that it's just because it was just template for making a letter graphic? What has David been doing?
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore.
Yeah, when you get resurrected, you lose your ability to talk. You just ugh. Let me see the addresses. They're different. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button. Ah, I accidentally hit the fucking hint button. Where did the cat come from?
Yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka. She was crying because her cat had gone missing.
Anushka?
And she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
Anushka? Exactly. Who the fuck is Anushka? What are you worried about?
I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him.
Ah, well, you're gonna have to murder him again then. Why can't you stop him?
I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. I'm starting to think that...
She's gonna say something like she has to kill him again. What are you starting to think?
that I need to put David out of his misery.
And see, this lady.
That I need to end his suffering. That I need to kill him again.
This lady, Bryce.
What shall I do, Doctor?
This Bryce.
Should I kill David?
You are not convincing me, lady. You are not convincing me at all. I'm not a dummy. I'm not a dummy. Don't kill David. What are you going to say now, lady?
I will do as you say. I suppose I can let this go on now that someone else knows about it. The responsibility of having David is too much for me on my own. Thank you, Doctor.
This lady. Have you talked to Bryce or Iris?
I never talked to Bryce, but I did talk to Iris. She didn't want to at first. She blames me for David's death, but as we both know, that's not a thing. Anyway, she said she was never locked up in any basement and had never heard of any Dr. Dekker. So it's, as I first suspected, a lie. You didn't make all of that up so I talked to Iris again, did you?
Yeah, if I said, yeah, go kill him again, then I'm just feeding into her, like, her whole thing. But I kind of trap her if I say, no, don't kill. I should tell Bryce Iris denies being locked in the basement. Bryce has said that... why is there no lake house today?
David hasn't been well. Otherwise, I'd taken you. Shall I bring him to you next time?
Yeah, bring the obviously dead guy to me. Yes, bring David to me next time. I'm just gonna get her in the trap. Fuck it.
Next time, then. Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him.
That's a threat. She's gonna kill me. Come alone, late at night, unlock the door, the back door, and put yourself in the most vulnerable position you could be in. Was Dekker an alcoholic?
If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. I never saw him drink. He certainly never offered me a drink. God knows I could have used one.
My start in this game, I was like, all right, I'm going to help all the patients. Midway through the game, I was like, my goal is to figure out who killed Dr. Dekker. At this point in the game, my only goal is to screw over Claire. That's all I care about. I'm feeling petty. No, I didn't make up the story about Iris.
Then Mr. Bryce seems to have a few more issues than me. Perhaps you should ask him about that.
Yeah, okay. Did you remember the photo?
Oh yes, here.
Give me that photo.
From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal.
Now, what's this photo gonna be? It's just... Okay. It's just a picture of a dude. It's just a dude. Tell me about your referral.
My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. I'm paying them enough already without them getting a percentage of my therapy bill.
Did Dr. Dekker offer any theories about David?
Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. After a while, he started talking about David like he was a pet, asking me what I fed him, what he'd do in certain conditions.
Why was Dr. Dekker talking about David as if he was a pet?
I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. When I said David never listens to me, he urged me to start giving David treats for pleasing me. Not in that way, but showing him how to close a door, for example. If he did it, give him a treat. It did actually work, but I had to stop myself. I felt like I was training a monkey. It just wasn't right.
Yeah, there's something there. What certain conditions was Dr. Dekker interested in?
Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't, but curiosity got the better of me, so I locked him in the lake house. He couldn't get out. He didn't have the wherewithal to operate the lock.
Now, it brings up, let's go off the path that, let's say she's being super genuine, and she's not just doing this to try to get out of, like, murdering her husband. She's definitely being charged with killing her husband, and she did just give me a photo of a dude. So, at the very least, then, if we're assuming she's being genuine, does she potentially, it seems like if she thinks she actually did resurrect David, did she resurrect him intentionally as potentially an animal? Or are we reading way too much into it? But she hasn't really said. I mean, there's all that evidence that sounds like she did. He is like, is she so out of it? It is strange. I can stop you reanimating people.
That's an interesting idea, Doctor. It's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore.
Yeah, it's not convenient for
It
her.
hasn't gone very well in the past.
All right, Claire, you're fucking weird. All right, we have Bryce. We've got Elin. Let's go, Mariana. How are you today, Mariana?
I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
Nope. Don't carry water here. Why do you feel thirsty and hot?
I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while.
She's dehydrated.
It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea.
She's
like
drying up. How are you getting worse?
I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests.
What are the blood tests for?
Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach.
The beach that turns you old.
Doctor, it's calling me.
What is she doing on the couch there? What was that video clip of? She's like doing aerobics or gymnastics on the couch. Sit on the couch properly. Get your feet off my wall. God. Is the sea is calling you, question mark?
This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is. It's like a compass.
Are you talking about just recently? I think she just said she mentioned that she's not doing it through the solicitor because it's cheaper if she does it privately. But I don't know if that... I'm not 100% sure about the whole... how that necessarily works in regards to the letters. I'm not... when it comes to things, I'm not entirely an expert on legal things when it in regards to this. So there's a chance that I'm like, some of this stuff might be going over my head because I'm just like, I don't know. I know the very basic thing of like the whole reason, like I said earlier, it was very clear that she was trying to be deemed insane to get out of the punishment for killing her husband. Bryce says that he knows that he buried the husband and that he's not back out of the ground. And I think she knows that as well, but she's just claiming that because it helps her case. I don't know. But beyond that, I'm not sure how the whole letters thing actually stretches out or carries, what weight it carries. You talk about the beach a lot.
I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea.
Oh boy.
The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can breathe water. On the ocean floor ahead of me, there's a beautiful creature. A glowing being with wispy limbs. It's so warm.
What?
I'm transfixed. But my feet shift. I'm unsteady. Below me, the floor is woven in human flesh. Dead bodies, but some of them still struggling for life.
Yeah, definitely keep that to yourself, lady.
These are the ones touching me. Gripping my feet. I scream. That's when I wake up. Do you have that dream, Doctor?
No. That's such a specific... No, I don't have that dream.
It's horrific and beautiful.
It'd be actually weird if we shared the same dream.
Same time.
I would hope she wouldn't believe me if I did say it. Do you take a temazepam?
What's temazepam?
Temazepam.
Why are you asking?
I just noticed she has a very large belt. It's a very large belt. Temazepam was found in Dekker's blood.
I don't take sleeping pills. Never have done. When you suffer blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that.
Did Dekker lend you money?
He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing
Hardly.
things.
It was not a proper
He
agreement.
thought that a distraction would do me good. I
He
don't
didn't
think
pay.
he
You didn't have to pay
expected me
any
to
interest.
Trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online.
She didn't have to pay anything extra. He literally just gave her money, and was just like, in 36 months or whatever, you gotta pay back. But I mean, what did you need distraction from?
Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me 15,000, all in all.
Dr. Dekker's loan. I should take a look at the contract. Why? I already know what it's like. What's the glowing being?
It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams.
Has anyone else followed you?
Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed, though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts.
What happens to your followers?
I said I don't know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home.
Where's home for you?
My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night.
What? I did no such thing. Reminder that a pound is worth a bit more than $1. When's this game supposed to be taking place again? I would assume it's probably contemporary, so it came out 2016 or 17 or something, I would imagine. Oh, why would I come to your house?
I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me. Like the others.
I did no such thing, lady.
I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave.
What does the alarm sound like?
I hear a sound like singing. calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is. But when I don't go to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all.
I'm really curious if the end of this game actually has me try to pick someone that I think killed Dr. Dekker. Because I'll say right now, if I'm supposed to pick someone, I'm picking her. Because fuck her. I've turned so against Jaya at this point, where anyone else, I'm like, okay, they're just whatever. I mean, they've got their own problems. But, like, Jaya seems combative at some points. But she tries to play it off as if she's not. So, like, I don't... If I have to pick her, I will. I'll accuse her. I don't even care. Was Dekker an alcoholic?
I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. Certainly not during our sessions. He had other things on his mind, I'm sure.
You know I never rang your doorbell.
If you say so, it must have been your twin then.
Why would you say such a thing? My twin?
I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor?
I don't have a twin. No, I don't have a twin.
I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now.
Don't get sassy with me. Have you been dancing recently?
No. There's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor.
Has Nathan spoken to you?
He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out, and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
You know what? Fuck it. Sure. I'll play matchmaker.
Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me.
Okay. She's gonna kill him. she, that guy is not making it. I've just doomed him. Tell me about your referral letter.
It's a referral letter, Doctor? Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on.
Oh, Jesus. I can stop you having blackouts.
You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you.
Mm-hmm. Believe me.
It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me. But I don't think so.
Well, damn. Guess I can only help some people. I guess I'm not good. Alright, we have Jaya, we have Elin, and Bryce. Oh, he just gave me a wink, I think. Okay, let's talk to Bryce then. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm worried. My pursuer in the hour, he's definitely military. I've developed a new skill to deal with him.
Oh, shit. What new skill have you developed?
Last night, I saw him draw something from his jacket. He was approaching me, grinning. I had nowhere to go. So I closed my eyes and imagined. Well, I imagined being back home. And when I opened them again, I'd teleported.
That answer, like, made Claire's answer worse. Like, Claire's like, nah, that's not a problem anymore. Yeah. So you're saying, like, Claire even kind of pulls the mask even further off, where it's like, she's just like, oh, it's, you know, it's just... And I think I kind of... When she said that, I kind of made a noise at the very least. Or I forget what I said exactly, but I was kind of just like, she doesn't... Yeah, I just think Claire's just... She's full of shit. And the thing is, it's weird because, like, Claire, we're almost under the assumption that, yes, she definitely probably killed her husband. And she's trying to get away with it. But I don't think she killed Dekker, too. Like, I don't think she had a reason to. How is work?
Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I think it's the stress of not being alone in the midnight hour anymore.
The thing is, I just don't feel like... I can't tell if this game is going to have an ending where I have like a bunch of agency to do something. If I've really been messing up somehow with choices I've been making. Or again, I don't know if there's like someone I'm going to have to pick that actually murdered him and I can be wrong or correct. Yeah, she admits she killed him the first time, but then she says she was able to bring him back immediately to life. So almost as a way to try to like clear her conscience, say it isn't bad. But again, my assumption is she knows that she doesn't resurrect him, and she just says that so that I can think she's crazy because she's trying to get. She even asked me personally. She's like, "Hey, can you?" Towards the early parts of me talking with her, she was like, "Can you just say that I was insane during that time?" Because she told me. It's not like she's hiding the fact that she's being charged with killing. She admits to it. She was caught basically in the act, so, or right after the fact, I guess. Have you seen Jessica again?
I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. Ever since I took those photos, I haven't been able to face her. Do you think I should tell her about the photos, Doctor?
No, don't tell Jessica about the photos.
I didn't think I should either. She'd hate me forever. Maybe when she next waves, I'll at least wave back.
What have you been doing in the midnight hour?
I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It was from the local gallery, Providence.
I did a crime.
I really like it, but I can't afford it. So I took it.
What else have you stolen?
It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I think my new pursuer is unraveling me. Is it okay to steal things, Doctor, if I really like them?
No, it's
I thought
not.
you'd say that. I will do my best to refrain from it, but I can't promise anything.
I can't promise. Do you know anything about sleeping pills?
My other doctor had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker. I think they were called temazepam. I never took them.
Okay. Did you ever see Dekker drink alcohol?
I never saw Dr. Dekker touch a drop. Doesn't mean it wasn't going on behind closed doors, though, does it?
Let me see this
My other doctor
answer again.
had prescribed me sleeping pills before I came to see Dr. Dekker. I think they were called temazepam. I never took them.
I think the whole thing was that he was killed with the, I think he mixed, based on the toxicology report, he mixed sleeping pills and alcohol, basically. And then I assume there was a whole thing with the paper, what is it? What do they call it? Paper thing? Paper spike. Possible murder weapon. 150 millimeter long protruding from the approximate region of the victim's heart. So I think he was, at least according to this, it was paper. He had alcohol and sleeping pills mixed together and then a paper spike driven through the heart. Is this a photo of David Castleford?
Yes, that's David Castleford. I've no idea when it was taken. Shocking composition.
Okay, so he admits that that's David. I mean, it doesn't really tell me much, I don't think. Tell me about your referral.
I was one of Dr. Dekker's first patients. I wasn't referred by anyone. My GP recommended I saw someone privately. I think he was just sick of listening to me complain about how little time I had during our 10-minute slot.
Alright, tell me how you were able to teleport.
I was as surprised as you are. I just imagined I was somewhere else, and there I was. Perhaps Dr. Dekker was right. Think of something, and it becomes real, if you believe in it. But I'll only do it wisely. Imagine the mistakes you might make. Don't want to become one with the igneous layer too soon.
That's what I'm saying. I think Jaya's hella suspicious. There's talks about how she was into Dr. Dekker, but then she was jealous of Mariana getting close to him. She even kind of like admitted that. If I had to pick a second suspicious person, I would just wildly throw out Bryce. But I think to me, in my head, Jaya seems so much more suspicious for so many different reasons. Plus, I feel like it's the perfect thing where like the assistant is the criminal. She has access to all these records. She knows these people beforehand. And also, if I was to blame someone, if I was to put it on someone, I would imagine it's not going to be one of these like new people that we're given at like what seems to be the final moments. Like it wouldn't be Scarlet. Like why would Scarlet be the thing? We've had her for one act. You know what I mean? So like it's got to be someone from early on, I would think. I would imagine. The fuck is she doing? She's dusting her glasses. What a freak. Can you demonstrate how you teleport?
These sessions cost a lot of money, Doctor. I'm not just going to leave in the middle of one.
Okay, fine.
But I can see you don't believe me.
Convenient.
Do you really want me to teleport, Doctor?
Yeah, I do. Yes, but please.
Blink, and you'll miss it.
Ah!
I told you.
What? what was that? Wait, we gotta. What was that all about? I gotta see that again.
And you'll miss it. Told you.
Wait, but it doesn't. Why doesn't the replay show that? Okay, is that? I can't tell. Okay, this is now the third time or so. So something weird happens, and when we replay them, it doesn't work. And I can't tell if that's intentional or that's like a thing. You think it's intentional? Because we've done other things. There's been other things. There's been like a little flame ball someone created, and then you can't see it. And then there was the face thing when the person was shifting. We saw that there was the shifting lady, and she created like there was a face overlaid her face. But when I tried replaying it, it didn't do it. So, what the fuck was that? Oh, man. Okay. How do you know your pursuer is definitely military?
My pursuer. He's measured in his approach. Watching, testing. When he finally came for me, I wasn't ready. I think he underestimated me, though. And that
now, did he actually teleport? Or is my character going mad as well?
Leave.
We're all a little crazy.
Why do you think he's coming after me, Doctor?
We're all a little mad.
I think I might know.
Why do you think your pursuer is coming after you?
I think he's death, Doctor. I think I saved that old woman from burning to death in bed, and now he's coming after me to even the score. Do you think it could be death?
Death? Yes, I think it's death.
Yes, perhaps it is death. I've done something good, and
Insanity
now I'm being
points.
punished for it.
What does that
Why
mean?
would it wait for me in the hour, though? Wouldn't it just come for me crossing the road?
What is insanity points? Oh no, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. You said before you feel like you're unraveling.
No, I'm not becoming him. I'm not becoming Dekker.
This game just has some hidden mechanic that we're just now only being made aware of. What if I told you I could stop your curse?
No, Doctor. No, you can't. I've seen what you can do. You can listen and ask, but you don't have any real power.
Alright, well that's mean. Alright, I think we have 2 more people. We have Elin and Jaya. Do you have access to sleeping pills? Actually, I should ask her how she is first. How are you today?
Hilda died last night. On her own.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking too.
Because she couldn't see her daughter. feel terrible. I should never have listened to you.
Oh. Well. How did Hilda die?
One of the other nurses found her. She went without anyone even noticing. I wasn't there. I phoned in sick. I knew that if I went into work, I'd want to shift.
Do you have access to sleeping pills?
Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although, I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya.
Tell me about Jaya.
Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this.
What do you mean a place like this?
I just mean, get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
Ewan says some of the other patients give her the creeps. Ask her about each one. Which patient gives you the creeps? Claire?
She's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her.
Oh, she gives you the creeps. Great.
I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something.
Why shouldn't you have listened to me?
In our last session, you said that shifting was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
that I shouldn't shift for Hilda, that I should let her die without seeing her daughter.
Yes.
I'm such an idiot. I have this amazing gift and I didn't use it.
It's a fake gift. Do you still think about Dekker?
I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son.
Why was Dekker a lousy son?
I was angry at Dr. Dekker.
I can try. I think I can try manually, but...
She's in Australia, so fair enough. Maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town, and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news.
Okay, let me hit this. I wonder if it'll be it. Can I just go Bryce, question mark?
Bryce? I'm not sure who that is.
Okay. I'll do it just to satisfy you. But that seemed like an actual response, so I don't think this is gonna be working.
Bryce?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that is.
Well, I'll go Mariana. Mariana?
I don't think I know her.
Okay, well, you acted like you knew everyone, Elin. So what the fuck do you want me to say? Other names? Did Dekker ever drink alcohol?
Dr. Dekker drank a bit. I mean, I didn't say anything about it, but well, it's not very professional, is it? I mean, it's not like he was drunk. Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it stressful, Doctor?
Do I find it stressful? Yes.
I can tell just by looking at you. This job has really taken its toll on you.
At least she understands my troubles. Did you have a referral letter to see Dr. Dekker?
I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was Was I supposed to have a letter?
Did you ever try shifting for Dr. Dekker?
Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'm not sure I could have made it back.
Did Dr. Dekker know you could shift?
Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
Why do you think Dr. Dekker didn't care about his mum?
For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited.
Oh, we'll get to her. We'll get to her. Do you really think shifting is gift?
What's the point of me having this amazing gift if I'm not going to use it? I've helped people with it. I know I have. I don't know why I let you tell me otherwise. At least I still have Amelia.
Who is Amelia?
Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia.
What happened to Hilda's doll?
I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale.
I'm dying. How's Terry?
Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
Are you just pretending to care about Terry?
Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
Alright, I can stop you shifting.
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor?
Uh-oh.
Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
She didn't take too kindly to that. I don't think I'm helping her. I think there is a thing. I think I can help people if I choose options. My guess is that based on when I have the actual split choice things, that I can help them. And then they either take kindly to it or not. Like the guy that was at the end here. Like I just took him in and then I helped him and he's gone. That would be my guess. But some people clearly do not like the help or are not getting help. Or I'm not helping them. Alright, here, Jaya, stop throwing the balls at me. How are you today, murderer? Or should I say murderer?
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work.
Why is work giving you grief?
I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. He teaches history and psychology, amongst other things. I know it's not technically work, but he asked if I would allow him to have the video footage of his sessions with Dr. Dekker. Dr. Dekker wanted to be removed from all of the videos, so it's jump cut up to jump cut, but I'm sure you've already noticed that.
Mm-hmm. What video footage?
I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then, in so much as he thought it was changeable. There's nothing else to do but watch while things are encoding.
How is reality changeable?
Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the kinetic mind? Professor Alderby said it was recommended reading to help psychiatrists in their frontline battle with insanity, he likes to call it.
Can you battle with insanity?
Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. The patient must be cured by removing their psychokinetic ability, if present, either by telling them it doesn't exist or by using another psychokinetic ability to negate it. It's a long time ago, I can't remember all of it. There was a specific example.
What specific example?
If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents and that from now on they won't be allowed to use them. This would normally stimulate the brain in such a way that the patient stopped thinking they could fly. The main danger as the therapist is believing that you can control air currents.
Does psychokinesis really pose any danger to therapists?
The danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. It's the paradox of the cure. Dr. Dekker loved paradoxes. His favourite was the grandfather paradox.
Tell me what that grandfather paradox is.
If you can travel back in time and kill
Oh,
your
yeah, this one.
grandfather,
Sure.
then you cannot be born. But if you cannot be born, then you cannot kill your grandfather. It's a time traveler's chicken and egg, if you will.
Classic. Do you take sleeping pills?
I'm on temazepam to help me
See,
sleep. If you mix it with alcohol, it's a bit trippy, or sometimes it can make you sleep forever, so I try not to do that.
This lady. She might as well just be screaming that she's fucking... I mean... It might be too obvious. That's what I'm saying. Is it, like, too obvious? Does she want to just be accused of doing it? Why would that be the case? What is she doing? Why do you need help sleeping?
Temazepam is a sleeping tablet. It helps you sleep. I thought I had sleep apnea at first, but it's probably stress. If you worry about not sleeping, you end up not sleeping at all. True story.
Oh, yeah. Toxicology report mentions ethanol.
Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple.
What's an odd tipple?
I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. He kept at least one bottle in his desk drawer at all times. You can't imagine the amount of times I wanted to sneak in and have some.
Jazz said Dr. Dekker kept a bottle in his desk drawer. Could someone have spiked it? I mean, here's the thing. If I'm right, and it was her, do I just be like, man, this game really made it, like, heavy-handed how obvious it was her? Could someone have spiked Dr. Dekker's bottle?
I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. Most people probably knew he had a bottle in his desk. Wouldn't have been that hard to empty out some capsules into it. Maybe the police should get fingerprints?
This lady. I mean... Yeah, let's test for fingerprints. Good question. Good idea, Jaya.
I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime.
Are you feeling stressed?
There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives.
She's stressed because she's afraid of getting caught. You know what I mean? Jaya asked me how I relax. I relax with food. Maybe alcohol also maybe alcohol also relaxes me. What else? I relax playing games.
I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists.
Oh.
Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists.
Come on, video games, pick it up. You probably mean Elin. Elin. I relax by eating as well.
I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst.
What about music?
I bet you like dance music.
Yeah, dance music.
I don't know why.
Give me some dance punk. I relax playing sport.
Mariana thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Is that an insult? Did Mariana's trying to insult you? Did Dr. Dekker have any psychokinetic abilities?
Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent.
Why did Dr. Dekker want to be removed from the videos?
I have no idea. Maybe he was an undercover secret agent? Maybe he was getting more annoying as time progressed. You're not, though. You're lovely. Is this a good time to ask for a raise?
You're not funny. God, a raise.
Wow. I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out.
No, I'm gonna raise you to the slammer, if you know what I mean. How well do you know Professor Alderby?
I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about.
What book have you been raving about?
Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
Oh, yeah.
I should start selling them myself.
Did Dr. Dekker ever say anything else about his mum?
Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. His birth mother only turned up 5 years ago because she wanted money for her experimental cancer treatment. I'm not sure how much it cost or even if he had the money, but he didn't do it, and she became one mean mother.
So all these open questions. Okay. Okay. Well, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. I'm curious.
You said you'd help me with my problem, but he's still here.
Who? Pardon me? Who is still here?
Dr. Dekker. He wants me to kill people.
Dekker wants you to kill people?
He wants them to follow me to the sea, to the creature.
Why are you like this, Mariana? What happens when they follow you?
It eats them. It's getting stronger. Dr. Dekker says when it's strong enough, it's going to walk again. That's why I black out.
Why do you black out?
He doesn't want me to know. He doesn't want me to remember. I'm feeding a beast that wants to eat us all. You've got to tell me, Doctor. You have got to tell me the truth.
What do you want me to tell you?
You're dreaming, but your dreams are the truth. Don't forget me when you wake. I don't know how I'm in your dream, but now we're together. Let's play a game.
I don't want to play a game. No games. No. No games. What game? No games.
I say a word. You say a word.
No.
Ready?
No. No!
Guilty.
Not guilty. Innocent.
Murderer.
Oh no. Claire.
That's a good doctor. Now, just give me those 3 little words, and I'll let you go.
What? What is this? Why is the hint?
You know what I want. Focus.
I love you.
Yes. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. What? What?
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little
No,
girl.
I didn't.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly.
out of his misery.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics?
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
These people. Insanity, please. This has to be the last act, I would imagine.
Oh,
This can't be... There can't be more after this.
you look. There's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
I can't find Dr. Dekker's prescription pad anywhere. I'm not sure when it went missing, but I don't remember seeing it for a while. Yours is there, but I'm scared one of the patients may have got their hands on it. Let me know if you find it, anyway, and ask me about Mariana later. I've got news.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Dekker's prescription pad's missing. I should ask the patients about it, and the death threats Nathan said were on it. Oh, yeah, if she... Yeah, that would have been... That actually would have been interesting. Alright, so we got Nathan, we got Mariana, we got Jaya, Elin, Claire, and Bryce. So we got the regular cast. Okay. I'm gonna start with Nathan here. How are you today, Nathan?
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker. So you're gonna have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
You're assuming way too much, Nathan. Who murdered Dekker?
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant.
I didn't think you killed Dekker, honestly. You were at the bottom of the list. I think you're just a strange, awkward fellow. Hypnotism?
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words.
What keyword?
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them.
Oh, man. Pluto? Mars? Mars.
I don't want it to be triggered.
Saturn? What? Oh, what are we doing? Pluto?
Pluto's not a planet, is it?
No.
Why are you even trying?
Alright, you just went into a trance. Or at least you acted like you did.
So he did plant me with something. I have absolutely no idea. Did you find out what the key word is? What is it?
Oh yeah, I did.
Don't say it. Write it down for me. And thank you. You know, there's something I've not been telling you.
Why would you want me to replay it? What haven't you been telling me?
It's about time travel.
Oh. I mean, it probably will. Just that look ahead is just like just kills me. What about time travel?
I read a book about time travel. I thought what was happening to me was a type of time travel. I couldn't control it, but at the end of each day, I would travel back in time to the beginning and live it over again. I'm like Doctor Who, but I don't have a TARDIS, and I can't choose what time I go to. Except once.
What do you mean, except once?
The doctor said she was legally still alive. The only thing they could do was starve her. Hannah didn't die in the accident the first time around. It was worse than death. She wouldn't have wanted that. I was looking at a photo from around the time of the accident. I had a lot of alcohol, which I think was probably necessary. I jumped back to the junction. I started pulling out, but the lorry was already on us. I drove into the lorry to make sure. I didn't wake up in hospital. Because I woke up the next day, present day. Things had changed.
What had changed about Hannah's death?
Her obituary changed in the press clippings I kept. It said she was killed instantly. Nothing else changed. Her family seemed to hate me more, which is ironic because the first time around, they pulled her off life support. So I saved them the indignity. Now they just think it was my careless driving that caused her death.
How have things been with Mariana?
Things have been interesting. Thanks to Mariana.
Why thanks to Mariana?
We went on a date. What sort of? She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
You know what? Let's give him hope. Sure.
Thanks, Doctor. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. How do you feel about Hannah now?
I'm at peace with Hannah now. I can save her. And I'll keep trying, but I must move forward. I did kind of ask you not to talk about this anymore, but I suppose you're not taking notes.
Oh, that would be interesting. Nathan, clearly I'm taking notes. Lol, there, look at the video game joke. Do you know about the prescription pad?
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
How are they covering their tracks?
I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad.
Why lie about Hannah being on life support?
I haven't been lying. As far as everyone's concerned, she died in that car accident. Instantly.
Did you ever think to drive away from the lorry?
I didn't have time. I jumped back to the split second the accident happened. The truck was already on us. I swerved left the first time, so I tried right. If I could have saved her, I would have done. I didn't want her to die.
I'm really curious. Can I... That trigger word thing is not going to carry across other people, right? It's not like...
I don't have an answer for you.
It's not like I can just... Okay. How are you today, Mariana?
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
Okay. How are your dreams?
I don't dream, Doctor. I haven't dreamed for years now.
You're lying about not dreaming.
Yeah. I did say that was a dream, didn't I? Is it easier to swallow, knowing it's the truth?
What's the truth?
The truth is, I'm not like you, Doctor. Or anyone else. I can swim to the bottom of the ocean for hours. And people follow me. Even if it's the last thing they do.
Did you write the death threats?
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
Tell me about being followed.
People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature.
What is a creature?
I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp?
A wisp.
A star?
Will-o-wisp.
It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
How does it feed?
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
What's wrong with looking down?
You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing, just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature. It's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly.
The creature eats them?
The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry.
It's hungry.
Nobody can know.
Don't let him do it.
It's our secret.
What missing people?
I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
Who the fuck is John?
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. And he had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next.
What happened next to John?
I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just a ball of tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Why are you really here?
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Did you kill John?
No. The creature killed John.
Who needs to know whether you're insane?
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
You know my rules. No one's getting that stamp from me. You're not insane.
I told you how grateful I'd be. But you need to fix my problem first. If they try me as sane, I'll be in prison for a long time.
Oh, it'd just be the worst.
How would you get your reward, Doctor?
I will not be swindled like this. I can't keep a secret if people are getting hurt.
It's our secret. What will you tell people, that I'm feeding people to a creature at the bottom of the ocean? What proof do you have? You can't tell on me. You know what you do to me. When you visit. I let you do it because sometimes I'm ashamed of what I've done. You make me feel like I deserve it.
What do I do when I visit you?
You get inside me, Doctor,
Ah!
and it hurts.
Uh-oh.
And you don't care.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. Do you know about the stolen prescription pad?
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
Oh, boy. Did you take the prescription pad?
Wow. That's a low blow.
I'm just asking questions.
And after all our sessions, I'm not a thief. Even the loan, that was just unfortunate.
Oh, that is a good point. I guess I didn't necessarily even say it out loud, but the loan agreement is important because the lender also agrees to consider the loan repaid in full should they die or become subject to any power of attorney agreement. So it was a thing that I picked up on, but I didn't say it out loud. But the whole thing was not only is it not accruing any interest, and she would just have to pay it back, but if they died, I mean, Mariana, tell me about the loan.
Dr. Dekker asked for his loan back after diagnosing me as sane. In his opinion, my blackouts and everything else were fictional. He had no proof, of course, either way, or I'd be cured, but he asked for his money back, and I didn't have it.
Did you kill Dekker because you owed him money?
Why would I do that? Dr. Dekker transferred our loan agreement to Claire at Castleford. She bought him out.
What?
I owe her the money now.
Huh? What? That's... Tell me about the loan transfer.
I don't know why she did it, but Dr. Dekker got repaid, and now my agreement is with Claire. You should ask her.
Mariana, how well do you know Claire?
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
Has anyone else turned up at your home?
You're a naughty one, Doctor. You know you visited my home. Why do you keep denying it?
I did not visit you at home.
Don't you remember? That's a shame. You had fun.
Nope. What did we do? Nope.
I can't remember. I'm certainly not going to enlighten you.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened, I swear. Okay. We might as well follow the thread here. Claire? How are you today?
I'm fine. I killed David. Again.
Oh, no, you did it even I
No,
told you not to. I told you not to kill David again. Yeah. Claire. How did David go too far?
David is a monster. Anushka, she's hanging up.
Why is Anushka hanging up?
David hunted her and hung her up like an animal.
David hunted her?
Doctor, I think I'm going to be sick. I can't talk about this. Let's talk about something else, please. Like my diagnosis.
Why do you want to talk about your diagnosis?
You promised you'd diagnose me as temporarily insane. You can't go back on that now.
I did not say that. You are making shit up. Claire, I specifically said I was not going to diagnose you insane. Claire! Claire! Listen to me! Claire! How did you kill David?
With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me.
She thinks I'm a fool.
I cut
One
off
thing I
his
won't
head.
tolerate.
When I picked it up, it was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
What else can you tell me about Dekker?
Oh, the continuing saga of Dr. Dekker. After he'd seen David and done his due diligence, he came up with an offer I couldn't refuse. Remember? The one I told you about when we first met.
What was Dekker's offer?
Dr. Dekker wanted me to reanimate him. He said he would kill David unless I agreed.
How were you supposed to reanimate him?
He called me on Valentine's night. He promised to use a disposable phone so there would be no trace. I was supposed to come here, where I would find him dead, and then reanimate him. I agreed immediately. It seems that Dr. Dekker went through with his half of the agreement. But I forgot to turn up.
Do you know anything about the prescription pad?
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away. To stop people stealing it?
Did you write death threats on the pad?
I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write him death threats.
I had to
It
ask.
sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
I can't tell you. Do you think Mariana's framing you?
I don't really know the girl, but I did buy out her loan from Dr. Dekker. I mainly did it to shut him up about it. But can you imagine having him as a creditor? That poor girl. I hope it didn't accrue anything more than interest.
Oh, well, about that. What if I don't think you're insane?
Doctor, did I tell you about that time that I used the power of my mind to bring my husband back to life?
See, she sucks so
I can't
bad.
imagine what I'd do to the psychiatrist that double-crossed me. But I'm sure it will be fun.
She sucks so
For me,
bad.
at least.
Try harder. Try harder. Try Try to fool me just a little better. God. Claire, why would Dekker want to kill David?
Yes. Dr. Dekker threatened to kill David. That terrified me at the time. I still had hope that David would recover.
Alright, so we got Bryce, we got Elin, and Jaya. Let's go with Elin. How are you today?
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that.
Oh.
I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice.
I'm not taking it. I don't accept it.
They're cookies.
Nope, not eating that. Nope. Don't eat the cookies. Don't eat them. Why were you feeling negative?
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Who's Max again?
I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before?
Didn't you date Max?
Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77.
What?
He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again.
I don't like this. Who was Max's sweetheart?
Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
Did you become Eleanor for Max?
Yes. Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her, and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation.
Do you know anything about the prescription pad?
What about the prescription pad?
Did you take the pad?
Yes, I took it. I had to.
She just says it. Why did you have to steal the pad?
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift.
Do you know about the death threats?
Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. He never said anything to me about it.
Did you kill Dekker?
I could never hurt anyone.
She just outright says it.
Believe me, Doctor.
What's in the cookies?
Usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you some pep.
Oh no.
You look like you need it.
I'm not eating those. Well, you put herbs in the cookies?
You can put herbal remedies in food. The effect's more subtle, but it does work.
Why didn't Max die?
I don't know why Max didn't die. It usually works.
This lady. What do you mean by usually works?
I just mean when I shift. They see their loved one and say what they have to say, and then there's nothing stopping them from moving on. Why? What did you think I meant?
I think you take him out. Why'd you shift again for Max?
Thing is, because Max didn't die, he saw me change back after I let go of his hand. There wasn't anything I could do about it.
Should I thank her?
You're very welcome.
Great. All right, why would Dr. Dekker want to take away your gift?
I suppose he was just trying to cure me. I mean, I thought he believed that I could shift, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just humoring me the whole time.
No, she's done. Okay. We have Bryce and Jaya. How are you, Bryce?
I'm not feeling very well.
Oh.
I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. But I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
Why do you think you're doomed?
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
How has it been taunting you?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Did you kill Dekker?
I took his body. It was me. I took it from the coffin because I didn't want him put in the ground. I don't know what I was going to do with him. I just didn't think burial would be enough. Maybe I would cremate him. But the body disappeared.
Oh my god. It's gonna end up being that Claire actually does have the ability to reanimate bodies. The one who seems the least convincing actually does have some weird powers. I swear to God, if that's what ends up happening, and this whole time I'm yelling at Claire, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I'm gonna be so pissed. How did the body disappear?
If only he'd been cremated like you will be.
What do you mean, like I'll be?
I have a private tool shed at the graveyard.
Is it a threat?
I moved his body in there before the burial. But when I came back, he'd gone. It was locked and he'd gone. How did that happen, Doctor? How did Dekker do that?
Maybe someone else moved Dekker's body?
If someone else moved Dekker, they'd had to have picked the lock, moved the body, and then locked up again. Why go to the trouble of locking up again?
Maybe Dekker's back from the dead.
Perhaps. It had crossed my mind that Dr. Dekker perhaps resurrected himself. Maybe he wasn't dead, just sleeping.
I don't think that's true, sir. Are you still stealing things?
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
A cheeky borrow? How is Jessica?
I waved back at Jessica yesterday, and she smiled.
Ah, progress.
It was bigger than normal. I think we may have made a connection, Doctor.
There we go.
The photos I have of her, I think I'm going to destroy them.
Please do.
They're my problem, not hers.
Don't tell her you took them. Just get rid of them. Promise to get rid of them. What has been happening in the midnight hour?
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness.
No, nothing strange about me. What strangeness do I have?
You live in the same house as Dr. Dekker. I spied on him several times, so I know the house very well.
Uh-oh. I am Dr. Dekker and I've changed bodies.
The same.
Uh-oh.
Why did you live in the same house as Dr. Dekker? Is it a perk? Or you? Dr.
I'm not Dr. Dekker. Don't look at me like I'm Dr. Dekker. Oh shit, I can say I'm Dr. Dekker. Oh, why would I say no, I'm not Dr. Dekker? The house is a perk. Fuck it, let's just go for it. I'm Dr. Dekker.
I thought you were.
Oogie boogie.
You've come back to teach us all a lesson, haven't you?
Yep, I'm here to get you guys.
Punish us for trying to kill you.
Yep.
No, it can't be you.
Yep.
Prove to me you're Dr. Dekker.
Hello, I'm Dr. Dekker. Do you know anything about the missing prescription pad?
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
I mean, it sounded like he kind of admitted to it, but he also said we. Like, he didn't just say him. He said, like we tried to kill you. Was it multiple conspirators trying to get me? Or not me, but Dr. Dekker. Maybe everyone wanted to kill him. Do you know anything about the death threats on the pad?
Well, kudos to whoever had the guts to do that. Wasn't me. What did they say? You've piqued my interest now.
Maybe Dekker teleported.
It's not out of the question to think that Dr. Dekker teleported himself out of the tool shed. If I can do it, he probably can. That's the kind of thing I've been thinking. But the thing that's been following me, it can teleport too. I think the thing might be Dekker. Is the thing Dekker?
Okay, so you call me Dekker. You're calling the thing Dekker. No, the thing's not Dekker.
And so it is. You worried me then, Doctor. I thought you were starting to believe in the unbelievable too.
You said you're trying to sleep through the night?
I tried to sleep through my extra hour. I didn't want to face it. That thing has been taunting me. I wish I was still religious.
You said a thing was looking at you?
The thing that's following me, it doesn't have a face. I saw it close up when it was standing over me. It has no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. Inside its hood is just space. Just a black hole.
Damn. Alright, what is... Actually, how are you today, Jaya?
I'm worried about you, Doctor. And the fingerprints on the bottle? Sorry, I dropped it.
What? Jaya, what the hell? Why are you worried about me?
You just seem a little different from the person who turned up all those weeks ago. You don't talk to me as much as you did. You flitter between patients in a daydream.
I know, I'm becoming
Tell me
mad.
what things are bothering you.
Now she's trying to psychoanalyze me. Do you think I'm going insane?
Don't joke about going insane, Doctor. That's one thing I can't let happen on my watch. If you become insane, then I'll snuff you out.
You're gonna snuff me out? Like you snuffed Dr. Dekker out? Was he going insane too? Did you kill him? Huh? Yep, that's what I'm saying. Did you snuff Dekker out?
Dr. Dekker had, in my opinion, become clinically insane, and it was rubbing off on the other patients. Maybe I would have put a stop to it, but I didn't need to. The grandfather paradox did that for me.
You're saying the grandfather paradox killed Dekker?
Dr. Dekker killed his grandfather by going back in time. At least he thought he had. An earlier version of himself knew this would happen, so to prevent him from preventing himself from being born in the first place, he took an overdose. Sleeping tablets and alcohol. At least that's how he explained it to me before he did it.
What's the news about Mariana?
I've been reviewing your files. I know, I'm sorry, a bit naughty, but have you considered that Mariana may have murdered Dr. Dekker because of the money she owed him? She had most to gain. She got all the money if he died.
You're so late, Jaya.
And it makes most sense, doesn't it?
She didn't owe money to him. Because Claire took that over. She's just trying to throw someone else under the bus. How are you coping with the grief?
I think I'm okay with the grief now. My mother died suddenly, and I think I was projecting Dr. Dekker's death to be about her. I know they're not related.
How did your mother die?
My mother died suddenly, like Dr. Dekker. For her, though, it was different. She burst into flames. I was 7. They said she must have been smoking and drinking on the sofa, but she doesn't smoke or drink. Professor Alderby said it was spontaneous combustion.
Did Mariana know Claire bought over the loan? Yeah, that was the whole thing.
She's the woman that took over the loan I had with Dr. Dekker.
She definitely knew. Before Dekker died? I would assume she had to, because I don't think it wouldn't. I mean, again, legally speaking, whatever, I don't think if Dekker dies and then they transfer over the loan in the name of that, like, I don't think it would work like that. I think the loan would be voided basically at that point. If oh, do you mean like so do you say Claire, it doesn't matter when Claire bought it, you're saying when did she actually learn of the transfer? I mean, I don't know. I don't think that part was specified, but you said Dekker's prescription pad went missing?
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Tell me about the death threats.
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it.
Oh. Did you have any grievances with Dekker?
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers. If you believe in that sort of thing.
Who are the special patients?
Any patient who presented with psychokinetic issues, they were his special patients. Towards the end, he began ignoring all the other cases. Most of the patients saw it as a curse, what they were experiencing, what they were unwittingly doing. Dr. Dekker saw it as an ability, a power to be harnessed and used for, well, God knows what he was going to use it all for. So we made them give in to it, and it consumed them, consumed all of them. Whether you believe any of that or not is your choice, but they did, which made them angry. And that's why I think he was murdered by a patient.
Who do you think murdered Dekker?
It's not your job to find out who the murderer is. It's the police. You can only point them in the right direction. Murder is a means to an end. There's a lot more going on here you should be thinking about.
Jaya. Do you think Cthulhu is real?
A fictional space god that's resting at the bottom of the Atlantic. It's not likely, is it? Or maybe you think it is. Have you spoke to Mariana today?
I'm not sure the patients are improving.
Your patients will always be a bother, but you're caring for people. We do still care, don't we, Doctor? In a few weeks' time, there'll be a whole new bunch of faces with a whole new bunch of quirks. Let's not have a whole new doctor, shall we?
I just have bad vibes from Jaya. You know what I mean? Oh, accuse! Oh, shit! Ah! With a gavel. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let me like I said. I have no idea how this is going to present. My thing is, my order... for some reason, I just cannot shake Jaya out of my brain. I would go Jaya, then Bryce, then Mariana. I don't know how this is going to shake out. This is so bad. All right, here we go. All right. Jaya. I'm going to feel so... Wait, should I feel bad? Like, the thing about Jaya, she's weird. She's strange. She was the assistant. She's now my assistant. There's like this kind of push and pull relationship that clearly she has with me. And she clearly had this kind of like thing with Dekker. She kind of at the very end was making it seem like she doesn't want like the doctors to have this like relationship with their patients. She even joked. I mean, it was a joke, kind of, but she was like, "Oh, like if you get too close to your patients or you have these weird relationships with them, that's obviously clearly bad." I can knock out. I do not think it was Nathan. There's no way it was Nathan. There's no way it was Elin. I don't think Claire. Claire is bad, but the other reasons why she's bad. Bryce is kind of iffy. Mariana definitely has that factor to her, right? She's got Jaya knows a lot. That's the problem. If you want to say she doesn't have a motive, the thing is though she has a lot of access to knowledge and where things were and what people were who. And that's my main reason for picking her. Oh, God.
I'd be careful what you say next,
Oh,
Doctor.
God.
After all, I know these sessions are being recorded. My job is to support the Doctor, but only if the Doctor is making the patients better. Do you think you're making the patients better, Doctor?
No. I'm not. I'm shit.
I wasn't even here on Valentine's Day, and I wouldn't hurt a fly. If you believe, as I do, that we're here to help patients restore their sanity, to restore order, then you'd be happy that Dr. Dekker was gone, regardless of who did it. Nobody wants the inmates running the asylum, do they? Well, let's say you're right, that I did kill him. My job is more important than yours. I watch every doctor that comes through those doors, making sure they keep their heads. Without me, we'd have chaos. Without you, we'd have another doctor. So, Doctor, let me ask you again. Who do you think killed Dr. Dekker? Was it me? Or was it you?
What? Yeah! Yeah! What about my patients? Fuck them. I'm a detective now. I don't care. I don't care.
She told me that she's killing people, and now I'm stuck in the same day. Can you imagine? Every day she greets me like we're so in love. I know what she's done. I know what she's going to say to me later in the evening. It's over. I can't be with her.
Oh.
But part of me likes it repeating. It's normal.
I'm not really sure what you'd call it. Mutually assured delusions? I think Dr. Dekker was projecting his weird fantasies on me, and it was just going to be easier to go along with it. To participate. I feel much better now I know I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't hurt anyone. Did I?
It looks like Terry won't be coming back. She hasn't been in for a while, and I thought she just had a bug or something, but from what I've heard, it's not good. Apparently, she's in intensive care, and they can't figure out what's wrong with her. I'm not going to lie. Work's much easier without her watching over me. Does that make me a horrible person?
There's no need to go over old ground. I understand. David died when I stabbed him, and everything else since, everything else that's happened, that was all me. David, Anushka's father, Iris. What's next for me, Doctor? How do we cure what I have? By all accounts, and thanks to a very unfriendly jury, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of time to figure that out.
No!
What? What happened to him?
The curse continues at Dr. Dekker's psychiatry practice, where another physician has been murdered by a patient.
What?
Found by night cleaning staff, Dr. Dekker's replacement was pinned to the chair with a paper spike, in what police are describing as a copycat murder. Jaya. You're supposed to be looking after them. How many more do we have to go through before you get a good one?
No! Yeah, that's what it looks like. I have to actually help them to not die. Even if I get the murderer. Oh. Yeah, see? That's the vibe I was getting with Jaya. She took it upon herself. Streamers, beamers, and lemurs. Well, I got the murderer. Hey, here's the thing. Early on, I was like, I'm not helping these weirdos. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. I was like, I was like so dead set on just purely based on vibes. I was going to get the murderer, solve the murder case. That was honestly way more interesting than me trying to help these people. Let me see this. The game has multiple endings and some questions differ depending on who the murderer is on your particular file. Put these questions under spoiler tags as you'll know from their presence or absence who the murderer is. I kind of got that sense. I think not only did I get that sense, I think long ago, like years ago, obviously back when this game was more current, I vaguely remember something being the case where being told that like the actual murderer can change between save files, or you know, like it resets. I think that's also the case for solve Dr. Dekker's murder without accusing any innocent people. Oh, so the game you could probably accuse the wrong person and then it lets you re-guess. So I was so good. I'm so good. What is this? Solve the case using less than 100 hints. Oh, I barely used any hints. Okay, so I also know, so like I talked about this before. I picked up this game on with this bundled as well. So you can see like Mariana, the actress, is in this game as well. This game I'm pretty sure also has Detective Jenks from the Contradiction game I played a while back. which is one of the main reasons I was excited to pick up this bundle, but this game came out first, so I wanted to play it first. This one, I think, has the same situation, and I'm pretty sure is even shorter than this game. If I remember reading things about the games, like I said, this was years ago, but I think it has the same thing in that it has, it doesn't have one set answer. It like changes, it chooses randomly when you start a save file. So I'd be curious at some point to get to this one. I would also be curious to see if this has, if I jive a bit more with this game. That's not me saying that I didn't think this game was bad. I just think as far as FMV games have gone recently, this definitely is showing its age, and I think has kind of like a kind of, for lack of a better term, a kind of dinky system. As far as, you know, when I boot up an FMV game, I don't expect the deepest of gameplay elements to it. This is very much more, here's all these clips, and then based on your vibes, kind of how do you feel. I bet I didn't dive too deep into the system in the game where I could have typed up my own keywords and questions and stuff. So maybe that's on me, and maybe I would have enjoyed it, but also I don't feel like I would have enjoyed that so much. Just trying to randomly guess words and being told constantly, I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know. To me, that wouldn't have been very fun, and that would probably even make this experience worse. But I assume there was probably a lot of clips for these characters that I would have seen a lot more of. Or I would have maybe even gotten more hints as to who was the actual murderer this time, even though I got it correctly, so I didn't even need them, because I'm just that good. But I also assume that that's kind of how it would have worked if I was to want to solve everyone's, or help everyone, basically. Also, it makes me think, I'll probably look it up after, but, I'm curious if, it's I don't think it's this, but it would be weird if, to help Claire, I did have to, say she was insane to help her out. That would technically help her out, but is that really, getting down to it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I just help her out, do her a solid, am I actually doing a good thing? Probably not. Dependent on how much insanity you accrue and who the murderer is are the different endings. Yeah, I assume if I lean into the weird, I keep saying weird, I probably shouldn't be saying weird, but if I lean into what everyone was saying they were afflicted with, I assume that would change things around, or at least the ending and stuff. I gotta say, I'm a little shocked I got it correct. Mostly, again, like I said, mostly on vibes. I knocked out a few of the people, but the fact that I got that it could have been randomly chosen someone else, and the fact that I got the vibes from Jaya and I was right, choice. Honestly, I'll ride that high. It's fine for me. Now, do I care to actually replay this game a second time to potentially see different stuff? No, I don't think so. I do not think this was compelling enough for me to want to. Overall progress 100%. Responses found. So there's what? Do quick math. 38 responses that I didn't see. So 38, only 38. When all things considered, you're really 38? That's not that many clips that I didn't see. And then the hints used, 2 of those are misclicks, and then one of them I used because I wanted to see what it would look like. So honestly, you could knock out 3 of those hints. And yeah, the different responses could be even for, if it changes up the murder. That's a good point. So I wouldn't have even had the chance to have seen it. like I said, I'm curious to see, because like I said, I wanted to play this one first, because if this one didn't really jive with me, there's a chance maybe with another year or so of development, maybe this one's more interesting. But yeah, didn't like I said, not the most fun FMV game I played. Let me check something real quick. You know what? Let's I don't know how long I'll be on, but at least I can do a bit. It'll knock out some. I'll boot up. I was gonna do this anyway, depending on how long it took to play this. I have a couple more at least hours this afternoon. I'm gonna load up. I'll throw up a BRB because I massively need to go to the restroom and stuff and get some water. But we can play just a bit of Talos Principle. I don't have the heart to play more Naruto right now, but those would be the two choices. So I'm gonna throw up a BRB. I'll get Talos Principle loaded up, and then I'll be back, and we can play that for like what, an hour or so, an hour, 2 hours, somewhere in between that. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So I'll be back shortly.